Welcome back to Hair Impact. This is Cassandra Gileos, and today I'm gonna give you 5 must-do if you want to put science in your talk. So maybe you're not a scientist, but putting scientific facts and knowledge is helpful for any talk. People see you differently, seriously, if you put accurate informations about your subject. So if you don't try it, you have never tried, I recommend you do. And now for any subject, you have a lot of information online. You can find easily. Of course, you have to be careful. Depends of your source, what information you put. If you don't have any background information, so just be careful. So number one, I would suggest to be accurate. Now, whatever you want to say, you need to check a lot of your sources in order whatever you talk about to be accurate, and that's gonna give you validity whatever you say. So don't your audience will not go back and see the numbers or the figures differently. Especially the numbers is very important, that whatever you say is accurate 100%. And number two, I will say that you have to be relevant. Now when we talk, we tend to talk and talk and talk and forget what was the initial words that we wanted to say, what the content of our talk. So before you talk, you just make a plan, so you keep being relevant in your talk. And whatever scientific knowledge you introduce, it must be relevant to your subject. So practice beforehand, just to avoid any irrelevance in your talk. So number three, I would say that you need to be passionate about your subject. And I think a lot of scientists sometimes they don't show that passion when they talk, and that's very important because there's an energy in your audience, and your energy goes to your audience and they connect without even words. So your passion actually talks to them even if you don't. So passion is very important whatever you have to say. So the science that you're gonna tell them, it will not be boring if you say with passion, and the audience will see it more pleasant, the whole experience. So number four, I would say you have to be creative. If you have seen talks, and especially those you like, you will notice that actually the speaker are very creative with what they are saying. So my favorites actually are when the speaker show something, an example or a subject, and connect that to that your subject, what you want to say. And within the talk, he or she is showing you the dots between them, so you show the connection between these two. So you see connection in things that you never thought there would be. And that's my favorite in some talks, that they show that connection. They show you the dots between these two things that you had never imagined they are connected in any way. And I think that's fascinating. If you're an audience, it gives you some information, but also some value in the talk. When they show you some different way thinking and think out of the box in this way. So that's the number four tips or must do you need to do. This is my favorite to do, to be creative and talking in words that in a content that nobody will do. If wasn't for you. So it needs a lot of imagination from your part. And number 5, I will say be brief. Now, long talks, if it's only talks, nobody's going to remember. Of course, there are talks that maybe it's an hour, but these talks usually are in documentaries and, have some kind of visual aids. And if you are talking without any of them, then I would suggest to be brief and to the point, so the audience can remember what you wanted to talk about. And don't go from your talk not keeping anything. If you give them too much information, let's say too much science, they will not remember. So it's better to give them 1, 2, 3 points in your talk and keep them simple and brief, than rather than just keep talking without any purpose at the end. So all these 5 points and must do, I actually used them last Friday when I did my FameLab talk, and they helped me a lot. I got ticket for the final, so I hope this 5 can actually help you also to your talks, especially the talks that you give that with there are no aid, any visual aid or PowerPoint, whatever. So if you just keep talk, just only you and talk, then I think these 5 must do, they're gonna help you a lot, as they did to me. So I hope you find it useful, this episode. I want to thank you for being here again. Make knowledge your superpower, and I will see you next Wednesday with another episode of Hair Impact.